Hello dear students. So today we are going to start natural phenomenon of class 10. Okay. So actually after this corona period, the CBSE has shortcut this particular chapter, which is named as Human Eye and Colorful World. In colorful world, we used to see all these things with natural phenomenon. Okay. So human eye and defects they have removed. Okay. Only this portion is there in our syllabus right now. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about natural phenomenon. Okay, under this natural phenomenon, under the heading optics. Okay, now so we are going to see what is the role of optics in our natural phenomenon. Okay, so let us see. The very first topic which we are going to cover is reflection of light through prism, then dispersion of light. We will see what is dispersion, then atmospheric reflection. And under few topics are there: why stars twinkle, why planets do not do so, advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. All this will be discussed in this. Then scattering of light we will see. Yes, that why at the sunrise and at the sunset time the sky appears reddish or greenish type. Okay, so we will see here that is. And all this with example is nothing but what application in daily life. Okay, so let us begin with reflection of light through prism. Okay, so now what is a prism? See, prism is nothing but what? It is just like if we see in 3D, then it look like this. Okay, the base of this prism is nothing but what? Triangular. Yes, and these are the three faces. Okay, if I topple it down like this, then you will see it like this. Okay, got it? So this will look like this. Okay, now further, if I see it from this side, okay, that is the top view. Okay, so the top view will be like this. Okay, yes, like this. Okay, now this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, these are the three vertices of this particular one. This is angle A. Okay, this angle is known as angle of prism or apex angle, which will always be fixed. Okay, now so suppose here is our source. Suppose here is our source of light S. Okay. Now, if this light be incident over the AB surface, okay. Now, so if this light is coming like this, okay. Now, this is nothing but what? Point of incidence. Okay. Now, at the point of incidence, we will draw a normal there. Okay. Yes. Okay. Suppose this point of incidence is E. Okay, now listen, this is the M and okay. Now just after reflection from this, now see, if I see this AB, then this whole atmosphere is what? This whole atmosphere is air, and this is what inside? It is glass. Yes, so light is moving from air to glass. If it is moving from air to glass, then air is in rarer material and glass is denser, as we have already discussed in previous lecture. Okay, so then rarer to denser towards normal. Yes, towards normal means what? It moves like this. Okay, now so it is moving like this, and just after reflection it moves like this. Okay, now we got one more normal here, because one more incidence point is there. Say this point is F. Say this particular point is F. Okay. Now here again, if I draw a normal, then it will look like this. Almost, yes, 90 degree here according to this. Okay. Now if I name it as M dash N dash. Suppose this is M dash N dash. Then now this time the light is moving from glass to air, then denser to rarer medium. If denser to rarer medium, then it will be away from the normal. Away from the normal is what? Like this. Okay, so it will emerge out like this. Okay. Now let us talk about the angle. Yes, we always measure angle from the normal, as we have already discussed in reflection part, the introductory part of the reflection. Okay, now so this is nothing but what? This is going to be the angle of incidence. This is going to be the angle of incidence, because this is the point of incidence, and suppose this is the source. So if I assume that this point is S, then SE, yes, so this SE is what? This SE is incident ray. What is that? Incident ray. If SE is the incident ray, then that angle MES or SEM, what are the same thing? Angle MES, that MES will be what? Angle of incidence or incidence angle. Incidence angle. Okay. Now, just after reflection, it will be reflected. So there will be an angle of reflection. Say this is angle R1. Another. Okay. This for this particular surface, this angle is going to be the angle of incidence. But yes, I am writing it as R2. Okay. Now, just after this, if this is the angle of incidence for this particular face, that is AC, okay, just after reflection, okay, it will emerge out with this angle, okay, and this angle is E. Okay, so what is this angle? Okay, this angle is M dash F, and say this is G. Okay, so angle M dash F G. This M dash F G is what? This is known as emergent angle. Emergent angle. Okay, and this ray FG is emergent ray. Emergent ray. Okay, so this angle is emergent angle, and this is emergent angle, and this is emergent ray. Okay, now see, so this is the thing which actually experimented one. Okay, now this is only one ray, but light contains 7 colors, so we will see it later on. Okay, now suppose if I extend this incident ray further in a forward direction, then it will move like this. See here, it will move like this. And suppose this emergent ray, if I extend it back, okay, then it will look like this. Okay, now see, if I magnify this portion and if I draw it here, then this is the emergent ray part, and this is the incident ray part. Okay, this is the emergent one, and this is the incident one. Now see, listen carefully. The angle from the extended part of incident ray to the extended part of emergent ray. Yes, the extended part of incident ray, extended part of the emergent ray, the angle between these two, okay, which is known as angle D. Okay, which is known as the angle D, and that is nothing but what? Angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. Angle of deviation means what, sir? From the original path, how much this particular ray has deviated just because of the refraction through this prism is angle of deviation. Okay, so this is the angle D. Okay, now this angle D, here it is like this. Okay, this is the angle D. This angle D is nothing but what? This is the angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. Okay, so got it. This is nothing but what? Angle of incidence. Remember remember angle of incidence, angle of emergence, angle of prism, angle of deviation. Okay. Now one relation is there between all these three. Okay. Angle D. Okay. Now suppose this is the angle D. Angle D is nothing but what? Let us see. Angle E plus angle D is equals to angle I plus angle E. Now this is the geometrical result. Okay, through the geometry we used to get this result. There is angle A plus angle D is equals to angle I plus angle E. Okay, the derivation you will see in your higher studies. Okay, right now you have to remember this because this is the favorite question from the bridge book in the board exam. Okay, CBSE used to ask, they will manipulate this like this, like that. Okay, angle D is equal to angle I plus angle E minus angle A. So don't get confused, just remember this thing. Angle A plus angle D is equal to angle I plus angle E. Okay, so this was reflection of light through prism. Okay. Okay, now let us discuss about the dispersion. This is another term. Okay, we have already discussed about the reflection through prism. Now let us see what is dispersion. Okay, dispersion definition. Okay, it is nothing but what the splitting of white light into its constituent color. Okay, now see, actually Sir Isaac Newton, he had experimented and he had given an idea about that how many colors are there in that white light. As we have already discussed a small topic in class 8, that was Newton ring. Okay, so he took a white light. Yes, this is the white light, and he passed this particular light into this prism. Okay, triangular prism. Okay, then what he got? He got these 7 colors. Okay, these 7 colors. We may remember this color through visual. Okay, that was red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Okay, so these are the 7 colors which he got. He further experimented and wanted to know that whether more colors are there, but yes, he finally got only these 7 colors. Okay. That's why we used to say that white light is nothing but what, combination of 7 colors. Okay. So definition: dispersion is nothing but what? It is the splitting of white light into its constituent colors. This is nothing but what? Which we know or which we call it as dispersion. Okay. Now what is spectrum? Now see, spectrum, it is nothing but what? It is a type of band or a range. Okay, in which different type of colors used to be arranged. Okay, so this arrangement of color, okay, these are nothing but what? Spectrum. These are known as spectrum. This is the terminology. Okay, now so this is nothing but what? The range of colors in a particular arena. Okay, that is spectrum. Okay, then next one, see, we have to ask, or we should have one question that, sir, why this particular prism? What is there in this particular prism? It is transparent. We did not see any machine in this which can split these white lights. Okay, so what is there inside this? So one term which we have already discussed, and that term was refractive index. Okay, it is having its own refractive index. Now, sir, what is refractive index? Refractive index is nothing but what? It is the hurdle. It is the hurdle for this particular white light. Suppose if I ask you to run over a highway, yes, you may run in quite a good way. Yes, now I make that particular task quite tough. Then if I ask you to run over the balloon, yes, that is okay, the soil, minute particles. Okay, then now it will be quite harder for you to maintain the same speed as you have done in highway. Okay, now let us do it somewhat more tough. Now I am asking you to run in a swimming pool. Yes, now 100 meter. Now it will be more tough. And the swimming pool which is having the water up to your knees. Okay, then it will be quite tough for you. So that is nothing but what? That is the hurdle, okay, which is provided by that particular medium. So here the medium is what? Here the medium is prism. So when this white light moves through this particular prism, okay, so different light, okay, having their own wavelength. Yes, every light have their own wavelength. This I denotes different light or different color. I denotes different color. Okay, so each color have their own wavelength. Okay, now more the wavelength, more is the velocity. Okay, so as much will be the wavelength, as much will be the velocity. Okay, so that's why if I talk that Vi, so Vi is nothing but what? The velocity of that particular color in that particular medium. Okay, now see, and one more thing is that angle D, the angle of deviation. Okay, angle of deviation means what? See, suppose if I ask you like this, okay, that suppose you have to move through that particular area in which the water is there and the rest of there is only a concrete road. Okay, now you will maintain your speed from the beginning, that you know that that particular area is filled with water and you have to maintain your speed. So for that you should have a very high velocity before that. Yes or no? Okay, so more will be the velocity or more will be the wavelength, more will be the velocity. Okay, now at last, now if you will move with that particular high speed, then the chances of your deviation or your deviation from your path will be the minimum because of the speed. Yes or no? So similar thing is happening here. Okay, red light is having the highest wavelength. Yes, okay, so the highest wavelength is of red light and lowest is that of violet light. Okay, now more the wavelength, more is the velocity. Okay, so the velocity of red light will be the most one and the least one will be of violet light. Okay, now see, more the wavelength, more is the velocity, so less will be the deviation. Yes or no? More the wavelength, more will be the velocity, so less or least will be the deviation. Yes, from its path. That's why the red light is having the minimum deviation. Okay, yes or no? Okay, now see, less the wavelength, here is least the wavelength. Least the wavelength, least will be the velocity among the seven color, and most will be the deviation from its path. Okay, so here you may see that the maximum deviation is there with this particular violet light. Okay, now so we may write down the relation between wavelength. So wavelength is nothing but what? This is directly proportional to the velocity of that particular color, and it will be the inversely proportional to the deviation of that particular color of light in that particular medium. So this is nothing but what? The relation between velocity, wavelength, velocity and deviation. Remember this very simple concept. Okay, I have given you the example regarding that. Okay, so this was relation between wavelength, velocity and deviation. Now let us move towards recombination of light. Okay, now recombination of light. See, when Sir Newton had experimented this thing, so he got the seven colors. Okay, now see, many a time what we work over that and suddenly we get something which was unexpected. So with Sir Isaac Newton, okay, also got something like which he did not expect. Okay, so what he did is, after that he thought of this thing. Okay, say suppose if I put this particular prism just in the reverse condition. Okay, so if I print it like this, so this will be, say, this will be the B, this will be the C. Now he incidented all this light over this particular. He incidented all this light over this particular prism. Okay, now they all had their own angle. Okay, of incidence, and just after the refraction, what he got the white light. What he got? He got the white light again. Yes. Okay, so he concluded that yes, only 7 colors are there in a white light, because further he wanted to break these colors into its their constituent, but he did not get that one, and rather he got the white light again. Yes, so this was the recombination of light. Okay, so white light when passed through prism split it into 7 colors. When these 7 colors again passed through the prism, then again they have recombined and formed what? White light. Okay, so this is dispersion. Okay, remember, don't get confused. Dispersion is nothing but what? It is the splitting of light into its constituent color. Splitting of light into its constituent color. Okay, now let us move towards rainbow formation. Rainbow formation. Now, see, what is the concept behind this rainbow formation? If I say that the dispersion is the cause of this rainbow formation, now this is something that light came and it had passed from something, and then 7 colors we have seen. But it's such how? Okay, now after heavy rain or after rain, okay, what is there in the atmosphere? Droplets. These are the droplets. These droplets used to remain in the atmosphere. They used to fly, or they used to float over the atmosphere in the air. Okay, now what? See, one thing you know, that you always see this rainbow just opposite to the sun. Yes, so how it is so? Yes, let us see. Okay, now see the sunlight. See, now this is nothing but what? This is the circumference of that particular sphere, or this is the droplet. This is the drop of water, okay, in the air. Yes, now when sunlight used to come, suppose sun is here, okay, then when sunlight used to come over this, okay, this is the very first one. Yes, because here there will be air, here there will be water. Yes or no? Okay, now so when this particular ray of light from the sun enter into the droplet, again there is a difference between the atmosphere. Yes, this is the rare medium, this is the denser medium. So the this light used to move towards normal. Yes, now when it used to move towards normal, then again, now after that, when it enters into the droplet, so it used to move to another side or another surface. Okay, now see, when it used to reach up to this, the velocity of that particular light reduces. First thing. Second thing, it makes such an angle, okay, that is known as total internal reflection. Okay, the condition used to come, or the condition used to produce, is of total internal reflection. Total internal reflection you will see in your higher studies. Right now, through total internal reflection, there is a particular angle of incidence. See, listen. For a particular angle of incidence, listen carefully. I am giving you a brief of total internal reflection. For a particular angle of incidence, we used to get an angle of reflection such that the light used to move back in the same direction. It does not reflect further. Okay, so that is nothing but what? That converts into reflection. Okay, so just after that, one reflection occurs. Okay, so this is that reflection, okay, which we used to term as total internal reflection. Now again it comes to the surface, and here again it is moving from water to air. Okay, now when it moves from water to air, again denser to rarer means what? Towards normal. Yes, so it will move towards normal, and this is the surface. over which we are standing, and then if we are standing here and we are seeing this, then we used to see this particular rainbow in a particular region. Now this is the question for you, that suppose I am in a particular village or town A, and suppose my friend is there at a particular town which is 15 to 20 or 30 kilometers away from my place. Then if I can see that particular rainbow, then whether he can see the similar one, because the rainbow is too big, so we may see from there. Yes or no? No. It is not possible. It might be, but yes, in many of the cases, because there is a particular angle of incidence for which this particular rainbow had made. Okay, so this particular rainbow can be seen in a particular region. Okay, not beyond that and not ahead of it. Okay, now so that will form for a particular region. We may see that particular rainbow in that particular region. Okay, so this is the basic concept behind the rainbow formation. When light used to come, first refraction, so it used to tilt towards normal, and second refraction to be occurred, but the condition used to become like a total internal reflection, so it used to reflect back, and then again one more reflection through the particular surface, and then it used to move towards normal, and finally the rainbow we may see. Okay, because this lights used to come. Now the arrangement of this again used to be what? Vibgyor. Okay, Vibgyor line. Okay, now this might be R, this might be D. Okay, the most deviated one will be V and least deviated one will be R. Okay, so this was rainbow formation. Okay. Next is the scattering of light. Atmospheric reflection is not there in our syllabus because that will not be it. Okay, so the scattering of light. What is scattering? Under this, we are going to see that scatter effect, blue color of the sky, the color of the sky is blue, and the color of sun at sunrise and sunset. Okay, now what is scattering of light? Something which is scattered means what? Yes, that particular one, suppose, yes, if a particle, if an object, let us understand through the mechanics. Okay, now if an object was moving with a high velocity, yes, very high velocity, okay, and then suddenly a stone, yes, over the road, a stone used to come, okay, and that had some size, okay. Now suddenly if we apply brake here, if we apply brake, now what will happen? Yes, what will happen? Yes, the bike, whatever the bike or car, okay, that will deviate from its path. Yes, that will deviate from its path. Why it is so? Because in high speed you had applied brake. Yes, okay. So this deviation, okay. Now, what will you say? You have scattered from your path. Okay. So here also the similar thing is there in this optics. Okay. Now, so it is nothing but what? The deviation of light through the small particles that are known as collides. Okay. From its original path is scattering. Yes. Okay. See, listen. Splitting is somewhat different thing. Scattering is somewhat different thing. Okay. Splitting means what? A white light, when it was converted into its constituent color. But yes, here if we will talk about this scattering, then we will talk about a particular color. Suppose blue color, then that blue color, whole blue color will be scattered. Okay, that will deviate from its path. That is scattering. Now let us move towards Tyndall effect. What is that Tyndall effect? Okay, now see this scattering of light. Okay, in this scattering of light, many very minute particles are there when the light used to come over that particular, and if the size of that particle is like that particular light, okay, that they may come in between that particular light, so that particular light will be what? Scattered, just because of that polar particle. Okay, now here if we see, then scattering, okay, that scattering, that is directly proportional to d is to power 6, and here d is nothing but what? This is the diameter of particle. Yes, diameter of that particle. Okay, now at the same time it is inversely proportional to lambda raised to power 4. Now lambda raised to power 4 is, that is, lambda is nothing but what? Wavelength of that light. Yes, that is wavelength of light. Wavelength of light. Just remember, this is not in your syllabus, but yes, just to get an idea that scattering is nothing but how much. Yes, suppose the diameter of a particular particle is 2, then 2 is to 6 will be the 6 times will be the scattering of that particular light through this particular particle. Okay, now so let us move towards Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect? Okay, so suppose we are having a source here, okay, and then suppose we are having a convex lens as per the NCERT activity. Okay, then we are having a tumbler in which we have fresh water. Yes, then again we are having a lens, converging lens, and then at last we are having a screen over here. Okay, now see. Now here we have kept some colloidal solution. Now in this colloidal solution we are having sodium thiosulfate as in according to NCERT. That was a thiosulfate. Okay, now see, and few more solutions in the particular ratio, so that at last we used to have some colloid. Finally, this is important that we used to have some colloid particles of sulfur. Okay, now these are the particles. Okay, so when sunlight used to, or when a light used to incident over this particular, so this particular lens L1, okay, this particular lens L1, it simply gives a parallel beam of light which when comes in contact with this particular true solution. Okay, so before the solution, when we did not put any colloidal solution in that, okay, so they used to spread, and then at last we used to have a spot bright light here. Okay, now but when this colloid particles used to come, okay, so the few light in which the colloidal particle did not come like this, okay, and few when they stuck to the colloidal particle, they used to what? They used to scatter from their path. So at last, see, the size of these particles are like that the smaller wavelength lights used to scatter from this particular arena. Okay, and then the light which are having larger wavelength, they have capacity to move ahead. So they used to move, and the smaller wavelength lights they used to what? Filtered here. Okay, they remain here and they used to scatter here. Okay, so we used to see the maximum blue light from this, and then we at last, when we see on this screen, we see a crimson red ring type of image here. Okay, so that crimson red, why crimson red? Because this blue light and few more smaller wavelength lights got scattered from here, and finally we got the rest of the light which give an appearance of what? Crimson red. Yes, so this is nothing but this is the condition of sunrise and sunset. Okay, so now you may imagine, although we will see, but again you may imagine that this is nothing but what? This is the arena of horizon where so many small or few minute diameter particles used to be there. So they scatter the rest of the small wavelength lights, and rest of the red light which is very higher wavelength, they used to allow them. Okay, and which light which comes to our eyes at the sunrise and sunset, and we may see the crimson red type of sun at sunrise and sunset. So this is the Tyndall effect. What is that? This is the Tyndall effect. Okay. Now, very important one. Okay, this was the L1. This is the L2. Okay. Here we have a true solution. Here the screen, and here is the source of light. Source of light. So this was the Tyndall effect. Then I ask this particular question in activity 2. Okay. So remember this. Okay. Now let us move to blue color of the sky. Why the color of the sky appears blue? Okay. During the daytime. Okay. Now see, this is the daytime when the sun is overhead. Okay. Now see, when the sunlight used to come, the intensity of sunlight is quite more because the sunlight should cover very less distance. So in between, so many minute particles are there. The particles which are having very less diameter as compared to that of the visible light. Okay. Now visible light, these particles are having very less diameter as compared to that of the wavelength of visible light. So what happens here? These particles used to scatter the least wavelength light. Okay. So when these particles used to scatter the least wavelength light, that least wavelength light used to spread over the sky. Okay. Yes, and which directly come to our eyes. Okay. That's why the sky appears what? Blue. Okay. Just because of this, the sky appears blue. Okay. Now, a very simple concept. Why this blue color? Why the color of sky is blue? It is just because of the minute particles which are having the less what? The less diameter is compared to that of the visible light. Okay, so the visible light will come to us, but the smaller wavelength light, they will be scattered through these particles and will be spread out over the sky, and we may see that at the time the sky will be what? Blue. But listen, when we will move away from the sky, when we will move away from the Earth's atmosphere, then we will see the sky as a dark. Yes, the black sky we will see. Okay, because no atmosphere will be there at that particular time. Okay, the color of sun. Let us move to next one. The color of sun at sunrise and sunset. Okay, so as we have already discussed in Tyndall effect, so here also let us make that diagram. Okay, this is the Earth, our observation point. Now sun, when sun is there overhead. Okay, now this is the horizon. What is that? This is the horizon. Okay, now this distance is quite more than this distance. Okay, now listen carefully. Okay, now when the sun is here, and when the sun is here, okay, now see, when light comes from that, okay, least path, okay, and here when sunlight used to come from this side, okay, so these are nothing but what the thick layer of atmosphere, okay, in which so many big size particles are there. Okay, these big size particles, what they do? Again, they used to scatter the lower wavelength light. Okay, which cannot come to our eyes, but yes, the higher wavelength light or the larger wavelength, they used to come to us. Okay, and then which enables us. Okay, here is scattered blue light. Blue light will be scattered here. Yes, and the rest of the higher wavelength light used to come. That's why we used to see the crimson red color of that particular sun during the sunrise or sunset. Okay, so this was the color of sun at sunrise and sunset. Okay, so listen carefully. This is the totally theoretical part which we have discussed right now. Okay, so in this way we complete the light refraction and reflection part. Okay, so remember this is the theoretical portion. Learn them quite good way. Diagram should be proper one. Okay, they may give you quite good marks. Okay, thank you.